The top 5 most mysterious plane crashes. The mysterious disappearance of one person may be quite possible. But how a huge Boeing with 200 passengers can disappear without a trace? We can assume the plane explosion due to technical faults. But how to deny testimony of hundreds of witnesses who saw a space rocket that flew into it? Here is the top 5 of the most mysterious plane crashes. Number 5. Transworld Airlines Flight 800, TWA 800. Airplane TWA 800 exploded and crashed 12 minutes after taking off from John F. Kennedy Airport in 1996. All 230 people aboard died. The film Final Destination was exactly based on this plane crash. The official version is a short circuit which caused a spark that led to a powerful explosion. But this explanation is contradicted by the testimony of hundreds of witnesses who claim they saw a pillar of light that went up to the plane. This raises the suspicion that it was shot down by a rocket. Perhaps the U.S. military shot it down by mistake during training exercises that just took place that day not far away from the scene. Number 4. Flight 191. Flight 191 is not a story of one single accident. These are a series of failed missions inherent to the flights with that number. 5 flights with that number ended in disaster over the last 50 years, including the largest in U.S. history. During the plane crash of the Flight 191 American Airlines, 273 people died. Then, a plane taking off from the Chicago airport fell to the ground just a minute after takeoff. For unknown reasons, the left engine disconnected from the airplane and broke off half of the wing. Despite the fact that it is impossible to prove the bad luck of flights with the number of 191 from a scientific point of view, the airlines stopped assigning this number to their flights. Number 3. Egypt Air Flight 990. Egypt Air flight fell into the Atlantic Ocean, taking 217 lives with it in 1999. In the course of the preliminary investigation, it was found that the decline was intentional. As further evidence of this began to appear, the Egyptian authorities insisted on an independent investigation. As a result of the investigation, the Ministry of Egypt has submitted a report of plane's malfunction, and U.S. authorities found that one of the pilots had a mental disorder accompanied by suicidal thoughts. This is indicated by the last entry negotiations in the cockpit. Just the fact that 33 members of the Egyptian general staff were on board the plane creates yet another version of a deliberate crash. It is a political conspiracy. Number 2. Flying Tiger Line Flight 739. Flight 739 carried out a flight over the Pacific Ocean in 1962. Contact with them was lost 2.5 hours after departure. During large-scale searches was not revealed any trace of the airplane or its wreckage. All 107 people on board were declared dead. Due to the absence of any evidence and witnesses, the incident reason has not yet been established. To date, there is no information about this liner. The plane Flying Tiger mysteriously disappeared, along with all the passengers. Number 1. Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. Flight 370 took off from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and 40 minutes later disappeared in the skies over the South China Sea in 2014. The circumstances and causes of the incident so far still not been clarified. It is found that the airliner disappeared from radar screens shortly after takeoff, but was in the air, according to calculations, for about 7 hours. At the same time, the crew did not respond to calls from the ground and did not get in touch. Several search operations were organized, which yielded no results. The searches for the missing flight are the largest scale in the history of aviation.